It is time to make your cards burst with blooms with the new Simply Zinnia set. Friends, this has been my new favorite go-to. It's a brand new set. We're going to create 2 cards today. Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I hope that you're excited to create these 2 amazing cards. Let's make some fabulous blooms. Let's start with this one here. I just thought this was really unique. We're going to use a little square die cut in the background. And can we just talk about that gorgeous zinnia bloom? Ooh, 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 ooh. It's so pretty. Guys, this is a very fast and easy card. Let's talk about the supplies we need. No need to write any of these measurements down because I've got a free download that goes along with today's video. So you'll have your measurements, your photos, a complete supply list. In fact, if you need to come back and watch the video again, you can click right there. And of course, if you are in the United States and you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, friends, I would love to be yours. You can order from here as well. All right, let's go ahead and go over our supply list. My card base is in basic white. That is a 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. I have a Knight of Navy, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Next, let's bring in some Berry Burst. This is going to create that fabulous zinnia. This is a 2 1/4 by 7 inches. And the last thing you're going to need are maybe just a couple scraps. This is a 2 by 2 of Granny Apple and a 1 by 1 of pumpkin pie. And friends, what a fantastic set this is when you purchase it as a bundle. So this is the Simply Zinnia stamp set. Gorgeous on its own. I mean, it really is. But if you are a die cutting fan like me, you're going to love how this set combines just beautifully with the stamp set. So we're going to use the bundle today. And let's go ahead and start with our die cutting. So I'm going to take this flower outline. We'll put that there. And you see our 2 zinnias. All right, we've got 2 because they're going to create really great layers. Let's run that through our die cutting machine. And now we're going to have this. I've got a little technique we're going to do with that here in a minute. Tell you what, while we're die cutting, let's take that Granny Apple and the pumpkin pie. I'm going to cut 2 leaves. And by the way, this one has some great detail built into it. You're going to die cut 2 of these and then this sweet little center out of that pumpkin pie scrap. Just like so. Okay, I'm going to set those off with my zinnia. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take that Knight of Navy and I'm going to bring in another die set. I know many of you have this one. This is the stylish shapes, and this is what's going to create that great square. So I'm going to take the largest square die. I'm going to skip this next one, and I'm going to grab the one in between. All right, so we're going to have those 2 dies. And friends, this is super easy. We will take our square. We're going to put that one there. We're going to center up. And make sure you get that centered on all 4 sides. You're going to run that through your machine as well. And that's going to create this with that great stitched look all the way around. All right, die cutting's ready. Now we're going to start to kind of put this card together. I told you I had a tip to share. And that tip is for creating our zinnia. Now, I thought we'd have a little fun with a Berry Burst ink pad and a sponge dauber. You know, I haven't used my sponge daubers in a long time, but I gotta tell you, it was perfect. I really wanted to add some detail to the inside. You notice I'm only adding color here to the inside of the zinnia, so I don't want to get the outside of the petals. So I'm going to do that on both of my, I will tell you this one here, this larger one, not as much of it will show. But if it does, I really want to have that kind of that color sort of popping out there. I'm going to put this flower together really quick, just a little multi-purpose glue. And let's see, how about we go about this way? There we go. I just want all those kind of filled in. All right, once we have that adhered together, we can just come in and we're going to add that to that solid one. See how it just kind of fills everything in? Guys, we can just give our petals a little fluff. I mean, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, we're going to take our 2 leaves. And I want you to notice that the leaves, there's a pointy end or there's a rounded end. Whichever one you want to use is right, okay? There's no right or wrong here. So I'm just going to very quickly just kind of adhere my leaves together. And now I can add them right here to the back of my flower. And of course you can see I've added that pumpkin pie center. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see the shading? Yeah, it really makes a difference. And yeah, it's just great because you get to fluff this. Oh, it really looks realistic. All right, let's set this off to the side and we're going to do some stamping on our cardstock. I'm going to bring in a Night of Navy ink pad, and this is going to be a gratitude card. We're going to stamp that down at the bottom. Words fail to express my gratitude. Now we're going to come in with that square that we die cut. I'll just add a little bit of multi-purpose glue here. You're going to want this kind of crooked, all right? That's kind of the whole point of this card. So you notice I've got it kind of pushed off to the side. I'm now going to add some multi-purpose glue here to my zinnia. Let's add that right there. Oh, doesn't it just pop up against that Night of Navy? On the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp "Thank you so much." And hey, if you'd like, take that sponge dauber. Let's make sure that ink's not too heavy on there. And we can just add a nice soft little shadow behind that. That looks really nice. All right, let's just add some bling. I know you guys love bling as much as I do, and it's just amazing what a few of these little rhinestone jewels, just how much they add to a card. Check it out, guys. What do you think? Do you love the flower and those colors? Yeah, fabulous one. And that was a quick and easy one. All right, let's create one more, and I've got another tip and trick up my sleeve. A quick reminder, be sure to go grab your free download that goes along with today's cards. So when you're ready to recreate them, you'll have everything you need right here. You'll find it at simplysimplestamping.com, or if you look down in the YouTube description, you'll see a direct link. All right, friends, let's create our second card today. Now this one, we're going to bring in the designer series paper, and we're going to use our Stampin' Blends to create a really beautiful card. I went ahead and stuck with the same colors, but let me go over the supplies you need for this card. I'm using a Night of Navy cardstock on this, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of the designer series paper, and this is from the Flowering Zinnia designer series paper. I really loved these stripes, and this is a 3" by 5.5" piece. I have 3 pieces of basic white, so I've got a 3 1/4 by 5.5. I have a 4 by 5 1/4. And a 5/8 by 4 1/4. And my last piece of cardstock is a little bit of the Berry Burst 7/8 by 4 1/4. Let's take that 3 by 5.5, and I'm going to bring in a Memento black ink pad, and let's ink up our zinnias. When you stamp this, I would like you to stamp it right in the middle of that cardstock, because we're going to use that as a layer. I love to conserve cardstock in areas where it's not going to show. So let me show you what we're going to do. We have this, right? Well, let's bring in our Stampin' Blends. I've got Berry Burst, Granny Apple Green, and Pumpkin Pie. So I'm going to be using the dark pumpkin pie, and I'm just going to scribble. And I got to tell you, one of the things I love most about working with Stampin' Blends is scribbling works. It's just fabulous. Now I'm going to take the dark Berry Burst, and I'm just going to kind of go around that just like so. Now I'm going to come in with the light Berry Burst, and I'm going to blend these two together. So I just want to touch the dark that I've already laid down, and see how it just kind of blends together? Yeah, as long as you'll touch that dark blend that you just laid down, it'll blend just beautifully. I'm going to repeat that. Now with my Granny Apple Green dark, I'm just going to kind of draw a little bit here on any of the lines that the artist at Stampin' Up gave me. They make it so easy. And I think I'll go ahead and color in the stems in the dark as well. Again, back in with the light, picking up that dark blend that I've already laid down, and we will add some really great texture to this fabulous stamped zinnia. What do you think? Gorgeous, right? Okay, well, this stamp has a matching die. Now, earlier I said, that the stamp set and the dies work together so well. Do you know that you could even fussy cut this one if you wanted to? I love working with dies because I'm looking for quick. I'm going to go die cut my flowers, and I want you to save what is left over. We're going to use that as a layer. All right, so we have that die cut. Now, what we're going to do with this, we're going to take our designer series paper. We're going to adhere that right over it. And now we're going to adhere that onto our Night of Navy. So can you see what that little bit of white in the background is doing for our card? Yeah, and why waste it? Nope, we're going to use that. Okay, now we got, oh, you know what? We do have one little bit of stamping we needed to do, and that is for the inside and our sentiment. All right, back in with our Memento Black. I'm going to add a zinnia down here in the corner. And now I have another little trick. So the sentiment says, sending flowers and thinking of you. I just want the phrase, thinking of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up just thinking of you. And if you pick up a little bit, maybe on the word and, don't worry about it, because my trick is I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to just lay it right over that so I have no fears of hitting that word. All right. Let's come back in with our card, and I'm going to say, thinking of you. Right now we can take this off, and on that strip of basic white, now we're going to ink up the entire phrase, sending flowers and thinking of you. I'm going to adhere that to the 7/8. Let's bring in our card and our flowers here. I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back. I've always felt that Stampin' Dimensionals take any card from ordinary to extraordinary. I love it. So we're going to add our flowers about right there. A few Stampin' Dimensionals here to the back of our sentiment. Add that to the front of our card. You can see here I just did a little coloring there on my zinnia for the inside, and of course came back in with a few more of those fabulous rhinestones. I can't grow flowers, but I sure love to stamp them and create them. And let me tell you, this zinnia set has far exceeded my expectations. I hope that you enjoyed these cards and you'll give them a try. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, I would love a little thumbs up on YouTube. Thank you so much for that. And if you haven't subscribed, why not click that subscribe button so YouTube can let you know whenever I'm back with another video. Again, thank you so much for being here, guys. Make it a great day. We'll stamp with you next time. Bye-bye.